3, 2, 1, go!
Viewers, welcome back. Things turned round, and I wish I could sit here now and go, yeah, we're 5 unbeaten in the league. We did a double over Olympiacos. Not that difficult, to be clear. But I can't really take the credit for this. There is one man that should take the credit for this, and his name appears 7 times in the last 7 games with 7 goals. And that man is potentially the underappreciated Sebastian Spera. Now, we talk a lot about Dorian and we talk a lot about Renzi, who's not been at the club for years now, okay? But we still mention him more, maybe so, than a man like Sebastian Spera. And I think this episode really should be an appreciation episode of Sebastian Spicer and what he's achieved. If we look through the games, I won't show you highlights from each one. What I will do, though, is show you a goal of each of Sebastian Spera. We first of all beat Juventus 2-0 and looked really good in the game. Quite an even match, but we scored in the 79th minute it was, and then on the 92, Spera scored a penalty, and that kind of put the game to bed, and there was no way back for Juventus after that. Olympiacos, a similar result actually, but I mean a close game that this time, I say a similar result, 3-2 doesn't sound similar, but in terms of the way the game went, Sebastian Spera, a hat-trick with inside, I think it was 20 minutes or something, looked really good in that one. Napoli was then the next one, and Spera again with a double, a game in which we dominated, 63% possession in that one against that Napoli side. Fiorentina came after, and again, another 2-0, 57% possession. We had 17 shots to their 6 in that game, so we looked really dominant. A 5-1 win over Trapani Calcio, and another Sebastian Spera hat-trick. Heise and Derek also on the score sheet. Again, 62% possession, 20 shots in that one as well. Again, the reverse fixture against Olympiacos, all the goals coming in the first 25 minutes, and a great one from Spera, hopefully you've seen it, where he scores from a million miles away. And then a 3-1 win over Genoa more recently. We actually scored all 4 goals. Scrivani with an own goal. They went down to 10 as well. And Sebastian Spera, 91st minute, kept his run alive. And hopefully that's a run that we can kind of continue today. We play AC Milan and Zenit St. Petersburg. Now, both games should be pretty difficult. That said, we beat Zenit 7-0 last time we played them, so it's going to be interesting to see what we do today. Milan, though, are no mean feat. They're a decent side, 7th in the league, but have got all the potential in the world to do the dirty on us. Diego Silva, their top scorer of the season, is 3rd in the charts. And speaking of the charts, they're looking pretty good. Sebastian Spera 10 so far this season. Dorian Heise 8, and I've already mentioned him. Bellanova, Derek and Spera topping the average rating charts as well and looking really good. And when I have go on a run like this, I'm always interested to know why this has happened, what's going on. If we take a look at the average possession, you can see that we topped that. I'll tell you what, that I enjoy topping as well, 55%. If the other team don't have the ball as much as we do, it's very, very difficult. We've scored 26 goals this season, 2 more than the other side, but you can see Milan there 4th, and they score in a lot of games. And overall, I think, actually, we don't have the highest pass completion. That is disappointing. We're only a percentage behind. We'll work on that. But yeah, Sebastian Spera is the main factor as to why this happened. If you just take a look at his form, you can see, if you look at that right-hand side, assists and goals, 3 assists in the last 7 games. Goals-wise, if we do some quick maths, Ben, 12 for him in 7, and he's looking phenomenal. Dorian Heise went on a similar run earlier this season, and I guess we'll showcase that as well. He's had a decent run as well, but you look, he had a run before that at the start of the early part of the season, and they seem to have just swapped roles, and that is what makes us so deadly, is that when one's not firing, the other one is. You may well have noticed there, folks, there is an injury in our squad, and this makes me nervous. Oh, that was a long, continued opener. Right, here we go. So lucky for us, Derek picked up an injury at a time when there was an international break. So he's actually missed a couple of weeks, and we're not affected by it massively. Sprained ankle, though, will miss the next 2 weeks, which means for us, he's going to miss probably the Milan game, the Zenit game, and the Udinese game. Now, why the Udinese game might not sound like a big deal. If you look at the league table, you can see they're 3rd in it. So that's one of our bigger fixtures he won't be available for. And it means that today, we did a change around in the midfield. Milan and Zenit then. Let's get prepared for this first game and run you through the team. So in reality, the switch is actually quite simple. All we have to do is take Derek out and put in Os Campos as that box-to-box midfielder. And actually, the box-to-box midfielder role has become a bit of a contentious issue for some of you in the comment section. You don't like that I play Derek in the box-to-box midfield role. And I will briefly explain now why. We're doing lots of chatting today. So if I go through, what we need to do right now is focus on the physical stats of all of these players. So Centano is the first example, stamina 13. I'm going to go through all of these. I mean, we are literally going to do this. Again, same applies for Centano. He hasn't quite got the stamina. Campos has got 13. Decent player, very quick, but his stamina's not quite there. Toscano would be another one. I don't know if we look at Toscano. I'm all a mess now. Batista. We won't be going over old ground all of a sudden. Marcopi's another one. The point I'm making is the best engine we have in our side, as well as his technical ability, is Derek. And while naturally you look at it and you go, he's not a box-to-box midfielder, playing him in that role allows someone else to be slightly more creative, like a Centano, who's got passing and technical ability as good as Derek, but you get an all-round package with Derek that he can play that box-to-box role just as well as anybody else could, in fact better than. And I really like, and this is the key point really that people might not realise, is that I love having a box-to-box midfielder in a diamond formation. I don't have a diamond formation ordinarily without one, so that's why he's forced to play that role, and he loves it, so relax. But he's not playing today, so we'll move on. And the team then, Rico, Bellanova, Scrivani, Diaz and Barloca, who comes back in, Peret, Centano, Campos, Correa and Heise and Spera up top. I really hope that Dorian Heise and Sebastian Spera get on the score sheet, but this Spera goal run right now, it coincides with our actual run of fixtures. So let's see, can we keep the run alive? Things picked up since last time we met. Morale improved dramatically, and all of a sudden we seem to, I think the first game you played actually was Juventus. You beat Juventus, everyone's on a high. So let's see how we get on then. It is Milan, they're the favourites of the game, but I'm confident in my boys. Why Milan on a square pitch? Eh? Why? Why am I? Why are they on this? I mean, it lets me make the league table slightly bigger as they come forward immediately. We've not played it. I'm telling you now, viewers. Last 7 games, not a single square pitch. It genuinely. I mean, this is the San Siro as well. Why have they made the pitch square? I mean, there we go. Look, well done, you. I guess my issue is, and if we go on to win 10-0 now, 10-1 now, then that will look daft. But as I say, we're very good at exploiting the space in behind. So when that space in behind disappears, it makes us way less effective as Correa to Campos with a shot from distance. Well, if he's going to be doing that, don't really care. All right, we're 10 minutes in here, and it's already 1-1. Campos, I mean, he stepped in for Derek, and he scored a banger. Let's watch it again. Correa lays it off to him, and then all of a sudden, now, it was a bit out of nothing, really, but is it on his left foot? It is, and he just toe punts it into the corner. Lovely goal. But no, I'm not. I mean, I can't make it more obvious. I'm not a fan of the square pitch. I'm on a little unbeaten run, but I like to bring you what is like the perceived tougher games, generally speaking. So the Milan game will be more difficult away from home, but I mean, I have to show you something eventually, right? Okay, we're forward again. Barloco with it into Spera, who I really want to score. Ball played in, cleared. Peret into Spera now, and this is maybe his charge, but no. Out to Centano, into Correa, and it's hit the post, and it's cleared. And Barloco's going to let that run out for a throw-in. But I mean, after their early goal, we seem to be applying a little bit more pressure. It's a Peret free kick, plays it to Centano. Barloco on that side, Spera's in the middle with Dorian. Centano, if he can find the man in the middle, he can't quite. Van Ginkel clears, Benassi heads away, but it's just in the air. This is the problem with the square pitch. Ruben Diaz brings it forward into Dorian Heise now. Finds Centano on the edge of the box, and that's another goal. Well, if you can't create spaces in behind, let's just take shots from distance constantly. And there we are then. 2-1, and it's reversed it on your baby as Heise finds Centano. We're not known for our long range. Well, actually, we've done a few. I mean, Spera had that one from like 50 yards. But there we are then, lovely. And highlight after the goal, dangerous. We've still got a decent side of Milan. Depay's still there, Alberto. They've got Van Ginkel, as mentioned, in the middle. They've got some threats. Benassi's there too, of course, a stalwart of Serie A at this point. Suso, former Liverpool man, has spent a long time at Milan in this save. And they're working quite a nice opening. And Silva, well, he's the 3rd top goal scorer in the league. And when you play on a square pitch, you basically always have a chance on goal. And much like we did to them, they've now answered back immediately. I mean, this is daft, though, isn't it? I mean, can we all agree that this is stupid? I mean, he splits the defence. Rico, don't talk to me. So at half-time, 2-2, and plenty to play for. I'm going to tell them they're unlucky. They don't mind that, but let's get assertive now. You're unlucky, but look, the pressure's off. Get out there and just play a natural game. And our natural game, as you've sort of seen, is pretty good. Our team midfielders are in the games of their lives. We're not seeing too much from our strikers so far, though. We're going to go attacking, and we're going to try and force a few more goals. Every time we have a highlight, I look at the pitch, I'm just disgusted by the pitch. I genuinely am. Alright, Belanova, we want it back. And Campos sends it forward to Dorian Heiser, who's got his man in the middle. Dorian tackled though, and Alberto cleans it up a little bit. Clear towards Silva, but Scudvani heads it forward again. Dorian's on it. He's got Spera through the middle if he wants to find him. He doesn't. Dorian takes on his man. Well, I mean, he could have gone down there maybe. He was taking on players left, right and centre. Seemed to pull up inexplicably, and it sets Milan instantly on a counter-attack. Silva's there. It's so quick. I'm playing attacking. I don't know if that's. I don't really. You can't. What do you do? I'm not. Oh, the slide challenge came in and missed completely. Suso slides it through to Chelabaros. Is that how you say it? And Silva. All right, never mind. Forward again with it. Belanova. Ball into the middle, maybe. No, back to Centano. Another shot from distance. Anyone fancy it? Oh, it's poor. Half an hour to go. I'd make changes. Spera's having a 6.2. Blimey, I've not really been taking him off much as Correa puts in the ball. It's headed down. Dorian will get there first, and we've got options still in the middle. They've not really gone back yet from the free kick, although now Heiser's got some space to move into. Dorian with a strike from distance. This one, though, doesn't convert. We're going to go to control. We're a possession-based side. We keep the ball well. Let's change it up to the control system as Memphis now brings it away from Milan, and this could be the, well, Rico with a good save. That could be the nail in the coffin if we're not careful. Just noticed there, by the way, FC Bari, 12 games in, not one yet. So, it feels a bit sad, doesn't it? The curse of the square pitch. I think the worst thing about this, folks, is that I had no idea. And now it's been sprung up on me. And clearly, no Derek, no party. As we come to the end of the game, I think that I'm more disappointed about the fact that Spera hasn't scored in this game. I mean, he scored a couple of late ones, though, to keep the run alive. There may well be one more chance. Bolocco might have been offside there. The ball's played in. Flipping heck. And the run comes to a crushing end. Now, we had this before we played Zenit last time, I feel like, and we beat them 7-0. So, Zenit should be fearful. Spera's had a 6.2. This is supposed to be Spera Appreciation Week. It's all gone to pot. I love that. Isn't that just great? Last time you saw me, draw, lost 2-0, won 7 in a row, and then we lose 3-2. That looks great, doesn't it? But yeah, last time we lost in a close game, away at the San Siro, ironically enough. Was that a square pitch? That's an interesting point, Ben. Was that a square pitch? No, it wasn't a square pitch. So you're telling me they're changing the pitch, are they? Anyway, last time we played there, it was 7-0. So, Zenit, look out. Right, on to this Champions League game we go. We've already qualified. Us and Bayern Munich have both got 10 points. The other two teams in the group, I think, have got 1 point because they drew with each other. So things are looking pretty good within the group. Okay, second game for your eyes today. And I don't think there's just... I mean, why would we change anything? It's a team that's been winning. Admittedly, no Derek, no party, but he'll be back soon. Rico in goal, Belanova, Scudvani, Diaz, Bolocco. Pellet just further forward, Campos, Centano, Correa, Heiser and Spera. Ordinarily, I would panic here and I would change everything, but I genuinely think this is our best team. I don't think we're going to get a better team out with our subs. We go again. We go again. And if Zenit beat us, then, well, let's not think about that. Let's just go out and say we're favourites. I've got faith in you. Go out there and make the difference. I don't think my team talks in the last game were particularly good. Now, retrospectively, not the best. Oh yeah, now I've got to move these in because the square pitch is gone. Okay, we are in the white and blue, shooting from right to left early in this one. We're at home as well, so ordinarily I think our home form tends to be a lot better than our away form, as the ball falls to Scudvani and Belanova picks it up too. Now, come on, let's show Zenit why they were so easy the first time, and let's put some goals in the back of that net. We've got some players going for the golden boot within the competition. Sebastian Spera being that guy, so let's hopefully put that to use, maybe as just hold that thought as Perez comes forward with it and lays it into. They've hit the bar. They've hit the bar. We're attacking from now on. You can see there, us and Bayern Munich locked in a battle for first place. We play Bayern, I think, in the final game, so that's going to be a bit of a toughie. I may well bring you that one. As Dorian Heiser, Spera, there we go. Okay, well, I thought Dorian was going to get himself another free kick. It fell to Sebastian Spera. I think that might even be his 9th goal in this competition, maybe 8th goal in the Champions League so far. That's what we're talking about, though. Dorian Heiser's free kick, pinpoint in accuracy to the point where he probably meant that. Falls to Sebastian Spera. He just pops in, just gives it a little nod, and there we are. Everyone's clapping, they're loving it, and there's a highlight after the goal. Heavens. So far, I've had 11 shots, 68% possession. I just feel like the floodgates could well open at this stage. There's a highlight and they've got the ball. I do think that we are more likely to score. I think odds. Oh dear, Dorian Heiss is through. It's an awful back pass. Dorian Equay does not miss. That was emphatic, wasn't it? 15th goal of the season for Dorian. That's what you're talking about. Zenit make a fatal error at the back. I mean, dearie me, you can't leave Dorian in these sort of situations. As much as his free kick didn't quite go in, this is where he thrives, and it's a great finish too. 2-0, and I dare say even now that'll be game over. I mean, where were these two in the last game? I asked the question. I'll tell you where they were. They were occupying spaces which didn't exist. I've no doubt in that Milan game, they were looking for space in behind, so they just went and sat in the actual end of the ground, because that's the only place that was available. It's crazy, and I am a bit miffed about it. It's crazy how much... Like, the square pitch thing was a bit of a joke during the Sulphur series, right? But it genuinely affects the way, like, this team would operate because of how we occupy space in behind. Oh, it's infuriating. It's like a little cheat code. We need to start... I'll tell you what we need. We need to start doing things like that to our pitch. You know steeplechase, where they jump over into the water? We need to have that on the halfway line, so the centre circle's just a pool. We should be able... Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, that's right. We should be able to... Our pitch should be able to change. What I'm basically saying is, I want our pitch to become like the total wipeout course. So, you know, you've got the big red balls on one side, you've got a wall you have to climb up on the other side to score goals. I think that this has got a potential. But let's just hold that thought. As the game is over, there was no other highlight other than the goals we scored in that first half. Well done, lads. A good win. And we're back to winning form. Bayern Munich also won their game. Manchester United beat Basel 7-0. There was a 7-0 somewhere, at least. That makes me a little bit happy. And there we are then. Good result for us. Back on track. And hopefully we can continue that. Some big games coming up, actually. We've got to say Udinese, Palermo, Bayern Munich. And then obviously that winter break comes. I'm not sure what to show you next, actually. This game against Bayern to top the group might be quite important. We got a spirited 0-0 against them last time we played them. That was actually, I mean, that run there looks quite bad, but the 0-0 against Bayern's pretty good. I may well bring that game to you then. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like. Let's aim for 1,000 likes. And if you want to see some more, subscribe to Le Channel. We're not in France, so I'll stop that. Goodbye.